Hi everyone, it's Rhonda, and I have a really raw, vulnerable video for you today about tax time anxiety. Just hang on a second. I need this, because I'm still suffering. I use my own product. I've emptied out a couple of bottles of these in the past few days. Um, okay, so my story of tax time anxiety. For some of you that only know one side of me, I am not Little Miss Sunshine all the time. Tax time brings out the very worst in me. It is the worst. It is my kryptonite. Jeez Louise. It really it does a number on me. So yes, all of my teachers, all the way from grade school through college, dubbed me as Little Miss Sunshine. You're always so happy. Well, I'm not happy. And during tax time, I'm anxious. I'm squeezing my toes now, just talking about it. So, in order to tell my story, and I'm being really vulnerable here because I feel like it needs to be said. I just feel really led to share this aspect of my life. It's very personal. But I see too many other people suffering from the tax time anxiety. And, we do this to ourselves. And you start, and it breeds upon itself, and it breeds upon itself. And we all have our individual stories about, you know, doing the taxes and the anxiety that it causes. Well, for me, I'm one of those people that I don't break any, I don't break any rules. I do everything by the book, and I'm a big nerd. But, well, most of the stuff by book. We'll get into the other stuff later. So anyway, I we had to get a new accountant this year because last year the accountant that we had used for years decided to just not file our taxes. That's a whole nother story. So we needed to move on to somebody that would, do the work this year. And so my anxiety is just high. It really is. I'll admit it. And I'm doing everything in my little bag of tricks to try to keep it at bay. I'm spraying my spirit mist, went through several bottles. I am also, what I'm making all my herbal teas and I've got relaxing music, well, you name it. I'm doing everything but extra yoga and meditation. I'm just trying to keep it at bay. Laughter yoga tracks, even doing, practical jokes on people just to try to keep the humor going while all the chaos is happening. Because it's important to take charge, and not let that, get carried away. Well, it's really hard. It's really hard for me. So I'm having to go through a new accountant, and my anxiety levels are so high. And I could not figure out, I'm like, Rhonda, you need to just break this down and let's just get over this now. Why is this such an issue for you? Why do you just completely come unglued? And then it hit me. So here's my very vulnerable story. Um, when After I was newly married, my husband and I both had gotten out of college. We each had two degrees apiece, and then he went back to school for degree number 3, and I was teaching. And we were in the early years of our marriage, and we were living off of my income because my husband was in in school like 35 hours a day. I really didn't see him during those years. It was really hard because he had a very brutal schedule. And so we were living off of my income. We had moved away. We didn't have really, we had no family anywhere near us. And so we're living off of my income of being a teacher, which was not a lot. We're living in a really crappy apartment. you know, we have old cars. We have nothing fancy. Everything is used, old couch that somebody threw away. I mean, we didn't have anything. And we're eating from the food bank. So I literally ate rice for at least one meal sometimes two a day. That's what I ate, rice from the food bank, because we couldn't afford anything else, and that's just how it was. And it was a really hard time in my life. Um, and so it, I would, at work, I would go in, and for some people tax time was wonderful, and they would talk about all the money they were getting back, and it would be a party, and it was just great for them. Not great for me with my bowl of rice, you know, because I don't know why we weren't making any money, but yet I had money taken out, and then I had extra money taken out, and then each year I would have even more and more money taken out of my paycheck to try to cover whatever the taxes were going to be. We're not making enough money to even eat. We don't have anything expensive at all. We're just barely making it. And yeah, I'd still have to pay in thousands of dollars every year that I didn't have. So then we'd get the bill, and it would be devastating. A lot of tears would be shed, but you'd have to pay so much into taxes every year when we made no money at all, not even enough to eat. You know, we'd eat a good meal on the weekends. When we went home, we would eat good. We visited family, but I'm telling you, years of eating rice. That's because that's just how it was. And so I'm like, doing the taxes puts me back in that panic mentality again. Even though I don't live like that now, it was very, very hard then. Um, and so I figured, well, that's the source of my anxiety. So understanding that that's the source of my anxiety, it kind of helped me process, and I was doing much better by the time we met with the accountant. But I just had to identify why. Why am I so afraid? Well, it goes back to all those years of you know, paying in over and over again, and having to pay more, and not even having enough to survive anyway. So it brought all that up. So what I wanted to do is I realized so many people have problems with the tax time anxiety, and I want to do what I can to help. So if you are on my email list, within the next week or so, I'm going to get together a little goodie for you, and just send it to you of some stuff that you can use to help you if you're having issues with tax time anxiety. This is not going to go public on my blog. It's just only going out on the email list. So if you are not on my email list, I encourage you to sign up to get the goodie that I'm going to send out. I'm in the process of compiling. So what you do is go to infusionoflife.com. There's a link below. If you're on social media anywhere, I'll put the link there. And when you get on my website, there is a little box in the corner, and it has for you to fill out your name and your email address. And I will give you, when you do that, you get a free copy of my Laughing the Body Alive workshop. So that's something you can go ahead and start on. You can start laughing and changing your energy that way. And that's just my thank you for signing up, and you giving me an opportunity to reach you with my work. And so if you sign up, and I'll have this out, then you'll be on my email list, and you will get something as well. And I'll probably leave a little note when I look at the finish filming this at the date, and I'll put the date down as when the cutoff date is for that to sign up, so that you can get something. But I just wanted to share a little something to kind of help you make it through the tax time anxiety, so you don't like your heart's going to explode from stress. Because it's not, and you're going to make it through. Sometimes we just do this to ourselves. You don't want to do anything wrong. I completely understand. So I hope you have a really great day, and keep that anxiety at bay. I love you. Bye.